Hey guys, it's Tyler and welcome back to another mod showcase. Today we're going to be taking a look at the Mutant More Mod. This mod adds in 5 brand new mutant creatures to fight. They're all unique and have unique drops and fighting animations to each of them. The only ones that are pretty similar to the normal mutant creatures mod are the mutant husk and the mutant with a skeleton. They have similar drops to their counterparts in the mutant creatures mod, but they do look different and have different attack styles. So to start off with, I'll show you how to create them. All of these do have a natural chance of spawning, though it is quite low, but you can find them and change it in the config, the chance for them to spawn if you did want. But if you did want to spawn them yourself, you would need to create some Formula Y. So Formula Y is created by brewing some obsidian to some adding some obsidian to some instant damage 2 potions. You get 3 Formula Y if you all have it filled. The wiki doesn't list a percentage chance to have them turn into the mutant variant, but from when I tested it, it does seem quite low. I will show you off using it on some of the mobs. And next up is the Compound Z. So this is more effective. You've got a 50% chance of either having the mob explode or turn into a variant, but it is quite a bit harder to make, and it probably won't be worth it since it's a one-time use. So you actually need some of the drops from killing the mutant variants just to brew the Compound Z, but it is good if you just want to go on a fighting rampage. You can use 3 of the 5 drops that come from the Mutant with a Skeleton Head or Blaze Core or the Hoglin Tusk, which all do special things by themselves. So first up, we'll take a look at the Mutant Husk. He has 4 different abilities. He has the Mutant Throw, the Mob Throw, the Sand Throw, the Ground Slam, and the Undead Summon. The Mob Throw is where he picks you up and throws you back down into the earth, doing tons of damage. If you get too far away from him, he will throw sand blocks at you, which do quite a bit of damage. The Ground Slam is if you're quite close to him, but not too close for him to throw you. And Undead Summon is when he summons a bunch of mobs to come and fight you, which will be husks. So we'll take a look at the Mutant Husk. My bad, I'll be back in just a moment. So this is the Mutant Husk. As you can see, it's got a really cool animation. I actually forgot to show you what armor I'm wearing. I'll show you that off in a bit. But there you go. He showed you... Oh, wow. 3 of his abilities. So this is him summoning the mobs. He's vulnerable when you do that. You can see he throws you into the air with his mob throw. Wow, he's actually doing it quite quickly. It's actually a rare attack for him to do. He probably has the most health of all of the creatures, just because he can come back. I'll try to kill them with fire. Use this one now. There we go. He is quite deadly. You'll definitely need Feather Falling just to fight him, just because of all of the slams. And he sometimes can launch you into the air high enough just to one-shot you, even with Feather Falling 2, which is what I'm using right now. And this will be especially tough at nights when he spawns. I'll try to burn him. I may have actually got... Nope. I did this time. It's actually very hard to burn him. I'll just put it into peaceful. So, I'll show you my gear quickly. I'm wearing full prot 4 diamond armor with a sharpness 5 diamond axe and a power 2 infinity power bow. It's actually quite hard to burn him, but if you didn't end up burning him in time, he'll revive with half of his health, and that will happen 3 times before you completely kill him. So definitely bring along a flint and steel and a water bucket, and they do quite a bit of damage to your armor, so probably bring some unbreaking on that. Next up is the Wither Skeleton. He is extremely tough, especially on hard mode. I'll summon him quickly. I'll actually pop a golden apple just before I do so. He I actually forgot to show you. He has 3 different abilities. They are the brutal slash, where he comes towards you, spinning his withered claymores. The rib crush, if you get too close, he does a huge amount of damage and it launches you into the air. And the last one is the mutant lunge. If you get too far away from him, he'll dash towards you super quick and then rib crush you. So oh, and I also forgot to show once again, the empty cactus jug is what you get from killing the mutant zombie. You just right click on the cactus and you get it filled up. It actually gives you absorption for a very limited time and regeneration 1 for 7 seconds. But since it has unlimited durability, you can just keep drinking it if you do want to regain a huge amount of health. I'll just pop another golden apple, and here is the mutant with a skeleton. He has a really cool ability, and that's his withered claymore. You can see it does a lot of damage. It can do 2 to 3 hearts just per slash, and that is his ribcage cush. It has a large AoE and does lots of damage. I'll try to kite him here, but he is very deadly. You don't want to get too close because even with prot 4 diamond armor, he can one-shot you at points in time if you're on hard. They are a bit easier on easy mode by quite a bit, but if you're playing on hard mode or in a hardcore world, you've definitely got to be wary of this guy. Try to get away from I'll try to get away from it. All of the mutant zombies do move quite quickly. Jesus. I'm just trying to avoid the ribcage crush, because that will probably kill me. Yeah, I tested it and it did about 5 to 6 hearts with full armor on. And the wither effect is only wither 1, by the way. And it only lasts about 3 seconds per. I managed to kill him. He was a bit too quick for me to get away, but if to get away from him to show you off the ground dash, but it does a huge amount of damage, and he will crush you at the end. It's basically an insta-kill even with full prot 4 armor, and he does even more damage. I think per hit he can take off like 10 points of durability. I don't believe it damaged me this time, but when he does die, he drops a bunch of these parts of his skeleton, which can be used to craft the armor, which I'll show off very quickly. You may not get all of the armor, you may not be able to craft the full armor set just by killing him once. You might have to fight him a couple times, but you just right click on the ground and you get it. Yeah, it doesn't seem like I got the full set this time, at least for being able to craft it. Oh, there we go, there's the head. But you do get the head automatically, you don't need to craft that. Maybe we could smelt it into, well, not smelt it, brew it into the compound Z. So this is the mutant skeleton set. I should take this off quickly. It's not very good armor-wise, it's only about as good as iron, and you also have a chance upon killing him to get the withered claymore. It does a whopping 9 damage, and it is a bit slower to attack with than an axe, with this being attack speed 1 and this is being 0.8, but it does a lot of damage and it actually looks really cool, especially when you're wearing the full armor set. So as you can see down below, it's just as good as iron, but it does give you strength and haste while wearing it. So it's actually really good for mining, but it doesn't have the best durability, probably just as good as iron when it comes to that. But it's very cool nonetheless and great for fighting very simple mobs, probably not the mutant creatures though. So I'll just put this back on. So up next is the Mutant Hoglin. He's probably got one of the coolest models that they've added. He's completely unique. There he is. So he slams the ground. You can actually jump over his ground slam. I'll try to show you off his dash. You'll be able to tell when he's about to do it. There we are. He charges towards you, and if he's in a hole, he'll break the ground next to him. Actually got lucky there and jumped over it naturally. He's got 100 health, and when you get close to him, oh geez, you can tell he does a lot of damage very quickly. Oh, there you go. You can see he slammed into a wall and broke all of the ground. But yeah, he does hit you into the air quite a bit, which is definitely dangerous where he spawns in the Withered Forest. The Warped Forest or the Crimson Forest. Got lucky with dodging that. You can jump over the ground slam. It's probably the best way to avoid it, but it does do a lot of damage. Got lucky there, and I finished him off. And what I get is the mutant Hoglin Tusk. Or there we go. It doesn't currently have any use for creating any really cool items, but you can brew it into a hog power potion. You can brew it into hog power 1, you get 30 seconds, or hog power 2. This is actually really cool potion, probably most unique in the game, where when used, it will give you about speed 1, I believe, and plus 2 hearts to your max health. Unfortunately, you can't make it longer than 30 seconds, but you can also brew it into Hog Power 2. We actually get plus 4 max health. Like, this isn't absorption hearts either. And you can also get 40% speed, which is very significant. I'll set the time today. There we are. I'll actually show it off to you. And when you do use it, if you pick up enough momentum, you can charge into a mob and deal massive damage to it. I'll actually show it off very quickly, which is probably try to get to these cows over there. It doesn't last very long, unfortunately, but it would be great with a lingering potion. Let's charge these cows. You basically get a force field around you, and it does a lot of damage, which is just really cool. And the Hog Power 2 does even more damage when used. I'll show that off very quickly, and let's run through this down here. And you move significantly quicker. You can basically just charge in a bunch of mobs. This would be great for farming if you want to do that, or if you're in a sticky situation, you got to get away. Oh, it ran out already. I forgot it's only 10 seconds. Let's fly back. It is quite cool. Unfortunately, it just lasts such a little amount of time that I don't really see any use of making it. I'll just here, just to show you to brew it. It's pretty simple. You just use a normal awkward potion that you get. You just brew it with the hog tusk. So next up is the mutant shulker. He doesn't actually spawn naturally. You will have to use the compound Z or the formula Y on a normal shulker. I'll spawn him off here. He is probably the most dangerous just because of his special attacks. There we are. I forgot to show off what the attacks names are, but he has 2 different modes. He's either in his shell or he's out of his shell, and it's different. He fires these normal bows. Okay, that's the most dangerous. He's come out of his shell. He usually only does that when he's quite low, and he's doing a really special attack. So he fires out, it's where he hovers in the air and fires out a ton of these flying baubles. When hit, you'll just fly like a normal shulker hit. But he does so many of them so often, you can definitely expect to be flung so high into the air that you'll instantly die. But once it does end, he goes back into his shell, where he is invincible unless he opens himself up. And he also will fire like 3 of the floating things at the same time. There we are. He's out of his shell, where his main thing is to bite. I'll try to get to this water. Okay, hit me right as I got... God damn it, he's flying in the air again. This isn't quite common from my test before. Oh, he fell down immediately. He does have 75 health. He is extremely annoying to fight. Try to get him from the air. Basically. As you can see, you get super high up. Oh my god. Don't hit me. There we go. And they're just heat seeking like normal. He is very annoying to fight. Trying to finish him off very quickly. Luckily I got some water near me. Definitely bring water to most of these fights. Don't hit me with the... I'll try to show you him out of his shell again. My god. Oh, I'm flying in the air, unfortunately. He is, I believe, invincible in the air as well. Oh, never mind. I'm just gonna fly here. There we go. Try to get rid of the annoying little things. Can I might be able to peaceful them. I can. Great. He's actually, I didn't show him off very well, but he is very tough, especially if he goes into out of his shell quite a bit. So I'll tell you them. There's the shulker peak. That's where he doesn't fully open his shell. He just looks around, and then he fires a bunch of bullets right after usually. And then out of shell, he has the brutal bite and the bullet hover where he flies into there. He's probably got the most different move sets in the game, and it's really cool to fight him. And the last one up is the Mutant Blaze. Oh, I'll show off his drop quickly. So his drop is really cool. It's great for mob farms. It's just a shulker chest where you can get into it, or another mob if they get close enough. I believe it teleports you in if you get close enough. Yeah. You're invincible in this. You can still take damage, and it will do damage to your armor set, but you won't take any health damage at all. But you can attack from the outside in. It's really good, and you can trap mobs will naturally get stuck in here. And if you do want to pick it up, you just need a empty fist. Right, click the base or shift right click, and you pick it up. It's really cool, and especially good if you're about to die. You can just protect yourself. So last up is the Mutant Blaze. Now this has probably got the coolest animation and model, but he is very deadly, especially in the Nether where you find him on the fortress. Try to get away quickly. I forgot again, but to show you off his abilities. But he has a charge attack where he comes towards you, and if he picks you up, he throws you in the air, and you can actually get stuck in here for quite a while, and it's almost impossible to hit him. And he also has a ability where he throws fireballs, and okay, he's charging. There we go. You can deflect them back into himself, where it will do a bunch of damage. Try to get away. And when he fires the fireballs, he spawns these things called rodlings. They don't have much health, but they fire normal, just fire ball shots, fire charges at you. There we go. They don't blow up or anything like that, but they are quite deadly. And this guy is very rough to fight. And you can be sure you can also just be thrown high into the air. He's got a death move which is similar to the mutant creeper. God, it is hard to hit him. Okay, I'm too close. I'm gonna blow up. Hopefully it doesn't. Oh, that almost got me. Okay, so oh, cool, it didn't blow up his sign. So I actually forgot to show you, sorry. So his abilities are the Fireball Blast, where he shoots that out, the Rod Shot, where he spawns those Rodlings, and the Flaming Charge, which is where he comes towards you and blows up, charges towards you and sucks you in, sorry. When he does die, he does a big explosion that is really deadly and puts fire everywhere. But when you do kill him, hopefully the mutant blaze core doesn't burn, but if you do manage to salvage it, you can use it to create the Rodling checker, sorry. Just with some cobblestone, some redstone. This is actually really cool. So as you can see, these little these rods that spawn when you kill him, and he set the forest on fire, of course. You can right click on them, and they have a 30% chance, or 33% chance, sorry, for them to either explode, become a mod, sorry, I can't speak, a blaze rod, or a personal pet rodling. Hopefully I get one here. You can see these fly all over the place. There we are, Rodling. So he's like a normal pet. He can actually sit on your shoulder. There we are. There you go. He sits on your shoulder, and you can feed him blaze powder or fire charges to increase his attack, as he is your pet, and he will help you fight. So I'll try to get him off. How do there we go. There we are. He does fly around, and you can upgrade his health or heal him using blaze powder. He does have a maximum though, and it seems about... Wow, you'll need 40 gunpowder, 40 blaze powder, just to get him to max. And I believe he has 12 and a half hearts now. You can check using the Rodling checker, which you can create. Oh, of course, I picked him back up. There we are. So you right click on him. This is his health, and then he also has fireball strength, which you can upgrade just with some fire charges. You can use a total of 9 on him before he gets maxed out, and you can actually there's a chance to get multiple of these guys from just one thing. I'll kill this guy. Hitbox is a bit weird, and I'll show you off him fighting, let's see, a husk. So there's a husk. He won't attack naturally, but if you do punch him, he'll start firing the firebolts, which do explode, but you can turn this off. I'll finish it off so the showcase area doesn't get completely destroyed, and he is immune to his own fireballs. But with the Rodling checker, of course I managed to get rid of it. Where is it? There we are. You can turn off burn blocks, and you can also name him using a name tag and have that shown. And then you can also make it so that he won't do that. And you can also have him sit just by right clicking with the open hand, and then he'll still fly but won't move from his current place. Turn back into survival. Let's open him back up. Fight a bunch of these guys. There we are. So he can actually be used in a normal base without it destroying everything. But it is a really cool pet to have, and since you can get so many of them if you're lucky enough, just from killing one blaze, these are a great army just to have you flying around. And they won't burn in lava, and they're actually really good. You can't breed them at all, but yeah. That's the end of the mod showcase. I hope you guys enjoyed, and have a good day. See ya!